All right. Well, a divine being spoke to me, most likely Catholic, and they told me that today I am supposed to compile my favorite shit that came out in the year of 2022. Gonna go ahead and announce most of this is like underground death metal. So if bad audio quality gives you a case of the Chilly Willy, I probably wouldn't recommend anything on this list, except for a few things. There's a little bit of deathcore on here, there's some sludge on here, there's some doom on here. So if you fuck with any of that, but maybe not the more, I don't know, slammy shit, you can still hang around. But anyway, the first thing we're going to talk about is Enveloping Absurdity by Phobophilic. Very good fucking death metal. Very heavy. It's like brutal death metal, shitty audio quality, which is perfect for people like me who enjoy that type of thing. If you're not really into sandpaper guitars, then it might not be your thing, but I am. And if you fuck with grind, if you fuck with slam, you'll fuck with that. We're gonna do quick, because we got a lot of shit to get through. But some of this I'm gonna talk about a lot, just because I'm a fanatic. Seraphic Punishment, or Seraphic Punishment, something like that, from Maul. I did not find out about Maul until like 2 weeks ago. But when I saw that they released something this year, I freaked the fuck out. Because everything that I had listened to was awesome. I loved it. I loved the vocal style. I loved the instrumentation. Obviously, with me, mix isn't the biggest deal, but it has a good mix. So if that's something you're worried about, there you go. Next, we have Rotting Existence by Suffocator, which is a little bit different. It's like hardcore punk mixed with death metal, but in a way that doesn't yield grindcore. Usually you combine fucking hardcore with death metal, you get grind. These fellas really hang on to that hardcore fucking instrumentation style. Very chunky, very beat down, fucking. But it's also pretty close to death metal. So there we go. Now this album, what I'm about to bring up, did not come out this year. It was announced, and it's coming out in January of next year. But I have to bring it up because I love them. Ahab has announced a new album. I believe it's called Coral Tomb, and it's supposed to be coming out, I think, January 15th of next year. Might be wrong about that, but very early in the next few months, we're going to be getting a new Ahab album. If you've never listened to Ahab, it's very nautical themed. It's doom metal. It's very good doom metal at that. Anyone who really fucks with doom metal, as much as I do, you know that for every good band, there's 100 shit bands, but Ahab is really, really fucking good. They are absolute mint. They are perfect. I love them. Next up, we have Polymorphic Chamber of Human Consumption, which was a split between Cranium, some of the delicious daddies of slam, and Existential Dissipation. I speak English. Really good split. I had never heard Existential Dissipation until I listened to this split, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was really fucking good. So, yeah, Cranium split with Existential Dissipation. There we go. Fucking Masters of Morbidity by 200 Stab Wounds. If you were like me and you missed that initial 200 Stab Wounds hype train where they just popped way the fuck off, you really need to listen to this. Because I felt like a dumbass for having missed that initial pop. I was seeing them in comments everywhere. I was seeing them all over social media, but I didn't know who they were, hadn't listened to any other stuff, and as soon as I heard it, I was kicking myself in the ass. These dudes are geniuses. And I don't use that term lightly. 200 Stab Wounds is a band full of geniuses. When it comes to music, at least. I don't know them personally, so I don't know how they are when they're not making music, but their music is fucking godly. It is amazing. They have some of the best riffs ever fucking recorded, hands down. Some of the best. Their vocals are amazing. They do sample, like little fucking audio samples, like a lot of the older death metal bands do, that I don't really see too many death metal bands do nowadays. I see a lot of slam bands do it, and yes, that falls under the death metal umbrella, but 200 Stab Wounds is closer to brutal death metal and straight up death metal than they are to like slam and shit like that. So that's sort of a distinction that I draw between them and then other bands that sound kind of similar, but they're a little bit more caveman-ish. But yeah. Also, we got a single this year, very recently, from Dying Fetus, Compulsion for Cruelty. Holy shit. It is fucking amazing. Call me a blasphemer if you want to, but I felt like after Reign Supreme, they kind of stagnated for a little while. Because Reign Supreme set this bar so fucking high. There was no way they were going to live up to that with every new thing that they put out. But this fucking single, it hits just as hard as every fucking track from Reign Supreme. Like, it's technical, it's brutal, it's disgusting, and I love it. And I don't know if I can show the album art for that specifically. There are a few things on here that I'm not going to be able to show the art for, just because I don't want to risk getting in trouble with anybody. But if you have a minute and you want to just be happier than you were previously, check out Compulsion for Cruelty by Dying Fetus. Next up, we have another very recent entry, Synchronizing the Cosmos by Festergore. It's a little EP that they dropped. And my God, it is delicious. I love it so much. When I saw that it dropped, because I was subscribing to BC Chaos, I believe. If I got that name wrong, I'm going to put it up right here correctly. If you're not seeing anything, that means I was right. But yeah, I got a notification that they had dropped this EP, and immediately had to listen to it. And was not disappointed in the least. Festergore goes so fucking hard. Up next, we have a little bit of another like off-branching path. We have Blood Witch by Truckstop. Truckstop is this weird like amalgamation of traditional heavy metal and thrash metal. Like, they're not extremely heavy, but like it's headbanging music. It's music that's just so fucking fun to listen to. It's energetic. It's hype. It's really good. And I've seen clips that they've put up on social media of like their concerts and things like that. And hands down, these dudes are amazing performers. Some of the best performers I've seen in like a recent band. Haven't seen them live in person, obviously, but just from recordings, from videos, from things they've posted, from things other people have posted, they are phenomenal performers. And everyone on this list, I would recommend going to see at any given point if you get the chance, but especially Truckstop. They're very energetic, and it's like, it's a good feeling. Next, we have Enlightenment by Sorrow Eater. It's another EP that was dropped this year, and it goes really fucking hard. This one isn't death metal, it's not thrash metal, this is deathcore. It's very technical, complicated deathcore, so if that tickles you like it does me, you should fucking check them out. They're pretty fucking good. I recently met their drummer, lovely individual, and it's good music with cool people, so give them a check, give them a fucking listen. I speak English, by the way. Next up is something that is probably politically incorrect. So because of that, I'm just going to call it PLM by Smothered Bowels. It's political. I just can't understand the lyrics enough to know what side it's on. So, but it sounds cool. It's good slam. It's got the cricket gurgle fucking type vocals. Good shit. I love it. We're gonna go ahead and move on, just in case that's something that shouldn't go in. Next up, we have Dead in the Eyes by Natan Peters, which is some more core. I believe this would be metalcore. I'm not as well versed in metalcore as I am with like death metal and things like that, but the homie Nathan dropped this, and I listened to it. It is so fucking good. His vocals, and I have to talk about his vocals because that's what everyone knows Nathan for, is the vocals. That motherfucker has one of the most emotional screams I have ever heard in my life. It's like Corey Taylor but deeper. If you can imagine Corey Taylor, pitch it down a little bit, that's Nathan. And not only can he scream fucking phenomenally, he can also sing phenomenally. Dude is just an amazing vocalist in general. So if you don't know who he is, or if you don't already follow him but you know who he is, give him a follow. Dude deserves it. Follow everybody on this list. I'm sure all of them, or at least most of them, have social medias, so you should follow them. Next, we have Squirm Beyond Mortal Realm by Morbific. I fucking love their name, but yeah, it's more, we're back to like the death metal shit. Really, really fucking good death metal. I would say, as far as this year's releases go, they're probably in like the top 3. Out of everyone I've mentioned so far, and everyone on the list in general, they're probably my top 3. Next we got Evidence of Immortality by Conan. If you don't know Conan, they're a sludge band. Sludge is just very aggressive, chunky doom metal, and Conan has the best, and this is an objective statement, you cannot prove me wrong, they have the best riffs in the entire subgenre of sludge. I love Crowbar, I love Cro-Magnon, I love all the other sludge bands, but you cannot compete with Conan's riffs. You just can't fucking do it. They are kings of sludge. Up next, we have Rot by Infected God. I listened to that as soon as it fucking came out. That was the first time I'd ever listened to Infected God, and I was not disappointed. I was completely fucking blown away by these amazing riffs, by these amazing fucking vocals, by this weird artwork. It is just fucking perfect. I would say they're probably my number 1 of the entire list, and probably my number 1 of the entire year. Up next, we have Hollow Shell by Sever the Memories. Yet again, another EP. This is some more core stuff. This is deathcore. Very fucking good deathcore. It's got all the widdly woos that you want in some technical fucking sexy deathcore. Chef kiss. Yeah. And taking an immediate turn in audio quality, we have the Summer Promo 2022 by Slaughter Swamp. They are grind, and they go so fucking hard. I'm a huge grind guy. I just wasn't particularly fond of a lot of the grind that came out this year. Just, I don't know, a lot of it just didn't have that bite that I really look for in grind. But Slaughter Swamp fucking nailed it. They have, they're smart enough to play a little bit slower for a lot of shit, but keeping it fast enough, aggressive enough, fucking enough. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. If you're a stickler for audio quality and for mixes, might not be your thing, but if you just enjoy music for the passion of it, you have to listen to Slaughter Swamp at least once. Next, we have Pulverized by Judgement Under God. I don't know if they're a Christian slam band. I don't know if they just thought the name was cool. I don't know anything about these guys. I don't even know if they've released anything aside from Pulverized. But Pulverized is really fucking good. It is horribly mixed, and I love it because of that. And like pretty much every other horribly mixed thing on this list, it's all about the passion. It's hard to explain to anyone who doesn't get like why fucked audio quality can be that appealing. It's that the focus isn't on making a perfect piece of music. The focus isn't on perfect music. The focus isn't on nice, clean, friendly music. It's not on good production and like overproduction or anything like that. It's just we have a passion and we are sharing it with you. And that is what I love about so many of these bands. It's just passion. Pure fucking passion. And speaking of pure fucking passion, we have Underworld by Realms of Madness. This is some melodic death metal. Very reminiscent of Black Dahlia Murder. So fucking good. Their vocalist is a monster. Dude has some gnarly highs, gnarly lows. Just good shit. If you're looking for more of like good melodic death metal, and I'm very picky about my melodic death metal, but like I fucking love these guys. So if you're looking for good melodic death metal that stands out, it's appealing, it sounds amazing, it feels amazing to listen to, check out Realms of Madness. Alright, that's gonna fucking do it for this list. Again, mostly death metal. Just a lot of very heavy, chunky shit. But that's what I fuck with, and if it's what you fuck with too, give all these bands a listen. You especially need to check out Infected God. Like, legitimately, you have to check them out. They are heavier than your mother's seismic loins. It is just perfection in audio form. So, again, if you like any of these bands, I'm going to have all these bands like listed in the description. If I can provide links to their work, I'm going to do that. But, yeah. Have a lovely fucking day.